All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everyone's doing well. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I don't know. Never mind. I was like, there's a word that covers all the holidays for every religious. Anyway, never mind. Chrismica. That's what I was trying to say. Happy Chrismica. But in this video, I wanted to talk about two of the hottest things to come from the U.S. Mint. And no, we are not talking about flowing hair silver, flowing hair gold. We're not talking about Peace or Morgan. Those things are yesterday's news. We're talking about what has been pushed into circulation. It's been talked about all year. It really has. These two things has been talked about all year, and I've talked about it. I was like the first person to report it on here about how crazy expensive some of these items are. And you really have your pick of the litter. Now, the 2024 Jefferson nickel story is huge. Like I had mentioned, I mean, these things were going up. They have such a high trajectory. But ultimately, the question is, have they reached their peak? All right, are these things going to hit anything higher than what they're selling for today? And that's a great question. I think when we compare it to the last time that we had seen this, which, God, believe it or not, 15 years ago, we were right in the midst of a recession, which was one of the catalysts as to why they didn't produce nearly as much 2009 Jefferson nickels, and we even throw in Roosevelt dimes. They really did not produce a whole lot. And collectors were fully aware of that. Not only collectors were fully aware of that, opportunists are fully aware of that. You didn't have to be a collector of any sort to make it happen, to take advantage of what the 2009 nickels were selling for at the time. Full bankrolls going for $150 to $200 right out of the gate, which ended up being such a huge deal at the time, considering that, you know, a lot of people were losing their homes and their cars and their jobs, and it was kind of a strange era. But there were still people, investors, collectors, that were willing to shell out big bucks for any roll of 2009 dated Jefferson nickel, whether it's a Philadelphia or Denver minted coin. And here we are 15 years later, and we have encountered kind of the same thing. And it's only apropos that we kind of kick things off here. The very first listing, and this is like crazy to me, a full bank box of 2024 Philadelphias. The Philadelphia rolls aren't even the most expensive out of the two. The Denvers have a lower mintage. We're going to take a look at the circulating coin production here momentarily to kind of give you guys some insights as to the reason why that these have been just shooting up in value on the secondary market. A full bank box, 50 rolls, ladies and gentlemen, sold for $3,150. Sure, probably not the most ideal way to sell these, considering that the rolls sell for about $80 to $85 a pop for the Philadelphias. You could realize a little bit more money if you parted out each roll as a separate listing. It would just take a little bit longer. Now, you could certainly take a little bit of a lick, sell it as a full box, and bam, $3,000 later. Holy shit. That's like, that'll bail a lot of people out of this collective fire that we're in about trying to afford Christmas, let alone all the holidays that come around us, Thanksgiving, New Year's, you know. Yeah, and I made everyone fully aware that this was a real thing. I talked about this months ago, really at the very, very kind of like beginning of summertime, when we saw just a shutdown of production of nickels. All right, don't know what's the cause for an about face in the production of nickels. I don't know. You know, what I do know is that production was down across the board through every circulating coin, short of the $50 and dollar coins. All right, and we know the nickel is to being one of those coins that costs more money to produce per piece, along with the Lincoln cent. They're the two coins that if the U.S. Mint and the Federal Reserve Bank felt it necessary to save some money, now would be that time. All right, and that's the big reason why that they have cut down production of nickels quite a huge amount this year. Not because of any sort of recession. This isn't 2009. This is a completely different circumstance. Inflation is a pretty big deal today. Some would say inflation is down a little bit, but it is not the end-all be-all as to the main reason why the U.S. Mint, decided to create less nickels this year. So, just looking on down the line, full rolls of 2024 Denver nickels, over $200 a roll. 30 to 45 days ago, we were seeing these same rolls sell for about $80 to $100. And here we are. We're coming up to the closure of 2024. Guess what? This number right here, ladies and gentlemen, hasn't moved. They're done. Finito. The U.S. Mint is not looking in the rearview mirror to producing any more of either the Philadelphia or the Denver Jefferson nickels. This is, by the way, on the U.S. Mint website. It's public access. This is public stuff that any of us can go on to get information. Look at Roosevelt dimes too. They were down across the board, but nobody really cares about Roosevelt dimes. It's the nickels. The nickels are a very glaring piece of this info puzzle that we're looking at right here. 32.8 million is the lowest production number of nickels going back about 50 years. Yeah, need we say more? And we're living in a society where, I guess people are still hyped about, converting over to full digital, but people are still using physical cash. There's no denying that. But the prices on all of these sealed rolls are up across the board threefold. 45 bits. $255. That was 2 days ago, ladies and gentlemen. $202. And this is all an indication. The reason why that we are seeing a 3x climb in these nickels in just the last month and a half, it's real simple. There's just none to be found out there in the banking system today. And not to mention that here we are a few weeks away from 2025. That production number has never moved. And it's not going to, because the Mint is now focused in on producing 2025 coinage. And not to make matters worse, we might see a repeat of very stark, just very low numbers on a few of the circulating coins going into 2025. And here's the big reason why. And this is, there's a little bit of shades of 1975 in here. They're going to get ready for the semi-quincentennial 250th anniversary of our country. They're doing the dual dates all over again, and it's going to be huge. Now, when we look at this program, they're going to be spending the better part of 2025 focusing in on making sure that this program is going to be good. It's going to be good to go. The coins are going to be very well struck. They're going to be doing a lot of things. And not only to mention that, they're going to care less about what 2025 coins they're going to be producing. You'll still see the Lincoln Shield cent. You'll still see nickels and dimes. You'll still see the final year of the American Women quarters. Okay, love them or hate them. All right, we are entering into the final year of the American Women quarter series. And in 2026 is going to be the big year of releases, and they are going to beat the piss out of this program. They're going to produce record amounts of coinage. They're going to be selling all sorts of neat little trinkets and shit on the US Mint website. But what we don't think about is the ignorance about what they're going to do with coins that bear the date 2025. So if you think 2024 is nutso in a nutshell, 2025, pay close attention to. I could see just record low production numbers across the board for a lot of the circulating coinage. My two big hitters, nickels again. We're going to see another low year of nickel production, and dimes. What it comes out to be is anybody's guess, but we should all pay close attention to it and get ready for it in the event that this does happen. All right. So now that we see that the 2024 nickels have been kind of like the hot topic news, right? Because $2 face value in nickels equals $250 in profit. Is there anything that could be better? There could be. And it's kind of a sleeper. I've talked about this one quite a bunch before. And guess what? There's also something else going on this year that it doesn't matter, I guess, how much I promote or talk about the news or whatever. It's like not a lot of people know about this. Guess what? We are entering into the final age of star note production on paper money. That's it. It's done. It's one of the most widely collected pieces of numismatic articles out there today. Right out of change. You find a star note, and you're like, heck, man, that's pretty cool. I mean, unless it was on like a $20 bill or higher, it's like oftentimes you would keep such trinkets, I know a lot of people will keep star notes. Now, over the years, the BEP has produced many millions of star notes all throughout the years, right? But the year that we care about, because it's the outgoing year, it's the final year to bear a star note, is the 2021 series notes. Now, what I did on eBay was star note BEP pack. I didn't put in 2021. There's 42 results compared to nickel rolls that have sold to be 488. Right there. Quite a bit more, right? People know more about the 2024 nickels than they do about star notes. Now, where a lot of the collectability is going to be is going to be in the full 100 count straps that have the BEP, what we call candy stripe paper strap on them, the band, which look like this, right? They're blue and white, and they'll say BEP on the back. All right, they even do the $2 bills. What I'm showing you, ladies and gentlemen, are just star note BEP packs on eBay. Not the newest date, 2021. So we got 2017, 17, 17A, different denominations. There's a 99, 2001. Here's a 2013. That's quite a bit older there. $2 bill pack. 2013. Going on down the line. Do we see 2021? I haven't seen one yet. All right, which is crazy, because they do exist. They are out there. We've seen a few of them sell. As a matter of fact, I was kind of pleading my case. I will buy any $100 face pack of 2021 star notes for $300. Guess what? Nobody sold me any because they were going up from there. They ended up hitting $350, $400. But there are none. There are none in existence right now. See, even if I typed in 2021, guess what? None. There's a 93, older one. Now, if we went to realized sales, there will be a few here. Or maybe not. 2021 Star Note BEP pack. 2003, there's a 2017, there's a 2021 $5 bill that's sold for, with shipping, $18. That's kind of nutty. There you go. October 9th, $275. I wish I were a fly on the wall to buy that thing. That's cheap. That is cheap. There you go. Right there, $305, 17 bids, November 14th. So, what you guys need to know, the 2024 Jefferson nickels, between both the Denver and Philadelphia, they had produced nearly 70 million, right? It seems like a lot, but it's really not, really. When we go to 2021 Star Notes, if we went on mycurrencycollection.com, there's a Star Note table on there. So you have the various blocks. You have the A star block, B star. There's a secondary B star block, and they have varying different amounts of production runs on each of those blocks. So they actually produced a fair amount of 2021 Star Notes, but they were beginning to do that, about 2 years ago, maybe 2.5, 3 years ago. So this is all that is out there today in society, and there's probably not a whole lot of sealed strap banknotes with 100 notes in each of them. If we were going to take each and every single one, 2021 block run, add all of these numbers up, the 3.2 million to 250,000, another 3.2 million, all the way up across the board. Okay, you remember the number I gave you on the Jefferson nickels, almost 70 million? For the Star Notes of 2021, the total comes out to only 29,070,000 total notes, which represents less than half of what the Jefferson nickel production is for 2024. Isn't that nuts, ladies and gentlemen? Now, if we were going to compare the two, okay, as far as which one will be the performer after this year, is it going to be the 2024 nickels? Or is it going to be whatever remaining Star Note packs that bear the date 2021 is going to be? And I'm gonna shoot my shot and say that there is a lot of opportunity. Now, it's provided that you do have some sort of success in finding full straps of 2021 Star Notes. It's going to be the Star Note packs. If we were gonna kind of wave the magic wand, look into our crystal ball, and look out 10 years, is it going to be 2024 nickels, or is it going to be these Star Notes? Keeping in mind, as of today, remember those 2009 nickel rolls that were selling for $150 to $200? They are currently selling in today's market, because a few of them have popped up, intermittently on eBay, for between $80 to $120. So the prices have retraced on them over time. All right, and I could see that same thing happening on 2024 coins. It's with coins, like, the further away that we get from those particular things, especially in the modern age of production of coinage, the erosion of value becomes present. Okay, the people that have, 10, 15, 20, 50 rolls of 2024 nickels, they probably 5 years from now don't care about adding any more to their sealed equity pool. They just don't. The same way that people see the 2009. And what if the mintage of the 2025s becomes way lower than the 2024? That's going to change the equation in a whole new way that you wouldn't even really imagine. Can you imagine in a world where they only made 20 million 2025 Jefferson nickels? It doesn't matter what mintage they are, or what mint, whether it's Philadelphia or Denver. Well, first and foremost, the 2024s, they're not going to be $80 to $100. They're not going to be $200 to $250 rolls anymore, because you have the new kid on the block that's going to be a lot less mintage. Those are going to be the coins that are going to be worth the most amount of money, because 2024s have shown to be the lowest mintage since 2009. That has played a negative effect on the 2009 nickel rolls in the secondary market. Okay. We can't say the same about Star Notes. Can't say we didn't get enough, leeway time figuring this out, because the Federal Reserve put up a press release about a year and 8 months ago about their intention of phasing out Star Notes, because they had purchased a couple of these non-sequential LEPI presses. I told you guys. And there are people who say, well, I didn't see that. I didn't hear that. I think it's a lie. Oh, shit, it's a lie. It's on the Federal Reserve's website. And we knew about it May of 2022 or whatever it was. We knew about it by now. They said it's going to be 24 months for them to completely phase out star notes. Guess what? That time has come. We are there. And star notes are going to be a thing of the past. The very few star notes that we'll be able to find out there, that's going to be all circulated and junked up. You know, we have to keep in mind that a paper form of numismatic collectible paper money, they're only intended to last like 18 to 36 months in circulation before they are eventually destroyed. Keep that in mind. Coinage, they tend to stick around for a while. Those little metal discs. Yeah. I want you guys keep that in mind. As we head on to 2025, and if you have the opportunity to buy one or the other, what is your choice to invest into? One seems like a true blue investment. The other one is just kind of like smoke and mirrors. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in 2025. But I wanted to take some time to talk about this to help provide some insight. You know, they're both hot right now. There's a lot of inventory of 2024 nickels. There are virtually no inventory of 2021 Star Note packs or singular Star Notes to begin with. And it's like the prices on the 2021 Star Notes hasn't moved. Why aren't they $1,000 a pack if the production is so much less and it's one of the most beloved paper money pieces to collect into? Kind of crazy, huh? Yeah. Well, that's all I wanted to talk about today on your Sunday. We're like 3 weeks out till the end of the year. It's going to be very interesting. You guys take care. Have a great day. Keep on collecting. And always look out for these things. There are banks that still has these items out there. It takes some work, right? You still need some extra money for the holidays. Those 2024 nickels, they are the now thing. They're not going to be the now thing a year from now. All right. I'll see you later, guys. Peace.